until 2027. So we're still, it's a 20-year tax. It doesn't expire for another 5 years, and right now we have the transportation agencies trying to renew it now, with one major difference. Instead of 20 years, it would be a 30-year tax, and it would kick in 2027 when the current measure expires, and it would lock us through 2057. So enough of an impact to impact an entire new generation in our community. And so that's the tax, right? It pays for everything from roads to streets to, it has paved the way for all the highway and freeways expansions, as Esty was talking about. It has enriched developers and allowed all the sprawl to continue over the last 30 years on the fringes of Fresno and Clovis and up into the foothills. That's where all those dollars have gone to facilitate that. It's paid for some public transit, and I hear it all the time. We work in a lot of the unincorporated communities in Fresno County. We hear transportation doesn't exist. It doesn't get you where you need to go. It takes you all day to get somewhere, or if you can even get somewhere, it doesn't connect you even within your own city if you want to get between cities. So a lot of people talk about getting, from Mendota to city of Fresno, but some people want to get from Mendota to Kerman, and you can't even do that because the times and the frequencies don't work, and it's not connecting our students to local universities and training programs and where people can go. And so that's what it's been. So for the last 2 years, and the coalition of community-based organizations and community groups have done we did everything we possibly could to try and keep it from going to the ballot this year. So Measure C is going to be on the ballot for renewal on November 8th. Fresno County voters will be asked to renew it again 5 years before the current measure even expires. And we work to stop it for the reasons that I just laid out, right? The community, how many of you were invited to a meeting to talk about what should go in the renewal plan? Because it's a 30-year plan, and it will generate nearly $7 billion over 30 years. So we're talking about major infrastructure money that we pay for, that's generated at the local level, so we get to write the rules for it. It's our taxpayer money. This is, it's not like funding programs at the state or at the federal level where the parameters are decided by others. Here, we have an opportunity to change that ourselves. How many of you were invited to a meeting to talk about what we should spend $7 billion on? So that's been part of the problem. So for the last 2 years, we've been trying to ask the transportation agencies, we said, don't go, one, there is no need to rush this to the ballot. Two, you've not engaged the community to tell you what the transportation related needs are in our communities so that you can write a plan that actually works for people, not, for special interests or developers, but for people.